Spring has finally sprung. The weather is getting warmer, the days are getting longer, and the bugs are coming out. This is normally where people would pop up pictures of bugs on the screen because that's just what makes sense for the edit, but I am not doing that. I hate bugs and I hate looking at them, so I'm not going to do that to myself or you. How I feel is not uncommon. Lots of people hate bugs. Spiders, insects of all kinds, they're probably the most hated living beings on the planet. So it only makes sense that Escape from Bug Island for the Wii did so terribly when it came out. The game sold less than 2,000 copies on the day of its release. And I mean, I'm not surprised. Back then, I would have never bought a game about bugs. They're creepy and they're scary and I hate them. I do not want to play a game where they're giant and attacking me. However, I did hear that this game has a really goofy, bizarre, hilarious plot, and I love goofy, bizarre, hilarious plots. That's all the bug game had to do to lure me in. So I decided to brave Escape from Bug Island so that I could tell you all about the weird, yet campy and fun story that so few people were able to experience because it was put into a game about bugs. But first, the disclaimer. Please do not take this video as a serious review. In these videos, I focus more on the story rather than the gameplay, as that is what is most interesting to me. So if you're looking for someone to go really in depth on gameplay and things like that, this is not the video for you. Also, please do not take this video as me hating on this game. I genuinely enjoy all of the games I talk about, even if I'm poking fun at them. We're just here to have some fun. Okay, disclaimer over. Let's escape from Bug Island. So the game starts with our main character, Ray, and his two best friends, Mike and Michelle, being dropped off on Bug Island. The boat that brought them there leaves as soon as they set foot on the island, so if anything goes horribly wrong, which it obviously will, there is no escape. Anyway, let's get to know our three main characters a little. Michelle loves bugs, Mike is a bit of a jerk, and Ray likes Michelle. And that is basically all there is to know about these characters. We don't really learn anything else about them. They all have their one character trait and that's it. And the opening cutscene demonstrates that perfectly.
This feels wonderful!
Well, it's not exactly my idea, Paradise. What do you think, Ray?
Huh? Did you say something about Michelle?
No, Ray. No one said anything about Michelle.
You know, if you keep staring like that, you're gonna go blind.
Whoa, Mike, why are you pointing your gun at me for no reason?
Guys! Over here! Look! The species only exists on this island!
Ooh, okay. That is a big bug. So sadly from here on out, there's very little voice acting in the game, which is so disappointing. I feel like that's been the case with the last few games we talked about on this channel. I want more voice acting, guys, even if it's bad, I don't care. So Ray and Mike start talking, and we learn that Michelle wanted to come to Bug Island because she's super passionate about insects. She has this book that she loves called the Necronotes, which talk all about the island and the giant bugs that live there. Going to the island like this and studying the bugs is her dream. Ray hates bugs, but he came along because he likes Michelle. And Mike, I don't know why he's here. Or why anyone invited him, because he's just a jerk. Will you stop pointing your gun at me? Ray tells Mike that he plans to confess his feelings to Michelle while they're on this trip, and then they set up camp for the night. I would not be able to sleep on this island knowing that bugs like these are all over the place. So the three hang out by the campfire and talk. You jerk! Ray, you need a new best friend, okay? This guy sucks. And he might kill you. Michelle is overwhelmed by this and decides to take a walk to clear her head. Michelle is taking a while to come back, so Mike goes after her. I really hope you get eaten by a giant bug. Okay, sorry, I take it back. Then Mike doesn't come back, so Ray decides to go look for his friends. Look, I'm totally fine with looking for Michelle, but we're leaving Mike to the bugs. Ray doesn't make it very far before running into a ton of giant bugs that want to kill him. So Ray treks across the island looking for his friends and fights a lot of bugs on the way. And I mean a lot of bugs. he goes, he finds notes that were left behind written by a guy who came here on vacation with his girlfriend, and honestly, they might be the stupidest people to ever exist. I would have liked to sleep under the stars, but my girlfriend is allergic to mosquitoes. Why did you decide to vacation on a place called Bug Island when your girlfriend is allergic to mosquitoes? There's a body in the woods. At first we thought it was a moose, but then my girlfriend pointed out that there are no moose on this island. How do you mistake a human for a moose? Seriously? A moose? Giant bugs just ate my friends. And then later, in that same note, my girlfriend ran off a little while ago. And then in a different note where the boyfriend describes how he's looking for his girlfriend, I'm surprised she was able to run so far in heels. So not only did your girlfriend only bring heels to vacation on Bug Island, but when people start getting eaten by bugs, she runs off in said heels? How this couple has survived up until this point, I have no idea, because they collectively share one brain cell. Anyway, Ray finally finds other people, but it's not his friends.
Try explaining it in English this time.
That's easier said than done.
This is Harry and Lynn. Harry is an entomologist who came to the island to study bugs, and Lynn is just some girl. She's trying to get any useful information out of Harry about the island and what to do, but he's got nothing, so they just argue. Instead of joining forces with them, Ray leaves and continues to take on the bugs on his own. That may have not been the best decision though, because those two immediately get themselves into trouble. Why is there a giant gorilla on the Bug Island? So Harry's dead now. Oops. Lynn and Ray managed to escape the gorilla, but not together. They split up. These people do not believe that there is strength in numbers. But after all that, Ray finally spots his friends. This is a PSA to all of my loved ones. Please do not ever put yourself in a situation where you could be attacked by a gigantic spider, because I don't think I can save you. I have the worst arachnophobia ever, okay? If I see a spider that big, I am screaming and running the other way. Either that, or I will just immediately die on the spot. The spider hits Mike and he almost falls off the bridge, but he's holding on for dear life. And Michelle passes out, which is fair, I would do the same. But Michelle loves bugs. She came to this island knowing that there were giant bugs and wanted to study them. Now she's face to face with them and she's passing out. She's the one person who should be holding it together in this situation, and she's not. So, unlike what I would do, Ray rushes in to save his friends. But at the same time, some guy drags Michelle away before he can get there. And as for Mike...
Mike, no!
Oh no! Ray goes to look for Michelle, and on the way he finds another note from the guy looking for his girlfriend. In this note, he says that his girlfriend has taken up with a colony of lizard women and has no intention of going home. I'm sorry, a colony of what? First giant gorillas and now lizard women. I thought this was a bug island! So then we run into Lynn again, who's being attacked by a lizard woman, but she's also saved by the mysterious man who dragged Michelle away earlier.
Lynn?
Robert!
Lynn, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, you jerk!
So it seems like they know each other, which is pretty interesting. I'm definitely excited to learn more about their relationship and discover who they really are. Or not. Meanwhile, Michelle wakes up in some sort of temple. All of a sudden, the giant gorilla appears outside of her window. She freaks out and runs outside to stand right next to it for some reason. Ray arrives and defeats the gorilla while Michelle rushes into a nearby cave. Ray chases after her and finds her favorite book, the Necronotes, on the ground. He reads a little bit and finds a section that describes the Cave of Time and how it has the ability to send people back into the past. Ray finishes his reading break and finds Michelle, who isn't in the best condition. They look for a way out of the cave, but then a huge monster appears and grabs Michelle. Ooh, that could not have been good. Then it grabs Ray and throws him. The cave starts to collapse and Ray falls down a huge hole into the ground too. But then something weird happens. Oh god, we're back at the start of the game. So it seems that the cave they were in must have been the Cave of Time. They were sent back before everything went wrong, so this is the perfect opportunity for Ray to stop his friends and find a way for them to leave the island before anything else happens. Except Ray thinks that everything was just a dream and he lets Michelle and Mike wander off again. Guess it's time to fight all those bugs again. Eventually, Ray does start to realize that everything that happened in his dream is repeating itself. So this time around, he saves Harry from the giant gorilla. Lynn still runs off on her own for some reason though. Then we're back to the giant spider, and Ray saves Mike from falling to his death. Don't make me regret saving you. Next up, Ray has to save Lynn and Robert, and we finally learn how they know each other. Oh, really? This really threw me off because Lynn's design really had me thinking that she was a teenage girl, and Robert looks like he's in his 40s. But I guess they're engaged, and Lynn came here to look for Robert because he's been on the island doing research for 3 years. Robert, you can't just propose to someone and then run off to a bug island to do research for 3 years without ever contacting them. He seems to think it's okay though, because there's a gas on the island that's caused all of the bugs and other creatures to mutate into their giant forms, and he's been busy studying it to see if it can be used to enhance the medical field. Then we learn that Robert is the one who wrote Michelle's favorite book about the island, the Necronotes. He confirms that what Ray experienced before wasn't a dream. He really did travel to the past by entering a wormhole in the Cave of Time. Robert takes Ray to the temple he carried Michelle to earlier. The two reunite, and Ray finally confesses his feelings to her. But poor Ray doesn't get a response from her because she's too excited about her favorite author being here. She sends him off to find better clothes for her to wear to meet Robert for the first time. Michelle, is now really the time for this? And do you seriously think you're going to find nice clothes laying around here? Instead of finding clothes, Ray runs into Robert and Lynn again. Robert is like, by the way, that gas I was telling you about earlier, it's not safe for humans to breathe. And then he dies. You could have warned us about that part a little earlier, Robert. Lynn explains that she met Robert at the company she works for, the Freshwood Company. Now, what does the Freshwood Company do? I don't know, she never tells you. But I'm guessing they're scientists or something. She says that the company has a post near the island. She can call them and they'll bring a helicopter so they can escape. You could have called a helicopter this whole time? I'm glad we're on the same page, Ray. That's putting it mildly. Lynn leaves to call for a helicopter, but in that moment, the giant gorilla appears outside Michelle's window again, so she runs back into the Cave of Time, Ray follows her, and she's grabbed by the monster again. Except for some reason this time it doesn't chuck her against a wall and kill her. I don't know what changed, but now it just holds onto her. Ray kills it and saves her. They escape the cave together, and Michelle kisses Ray. Yeah, suck it, Mike! The helicopter arrives, but it doesn't have enough room for everyone. Someone will have to stay behind and wait for the helicopter to come back for them. I really hate you, Mike. Ray says that he'll make a run for the boat and he'll escape that way. What boat? Since when was there a boat? The one you guys took here left as soon as the game started. Where was there another one? Ray, you were on Lynn about the helicopter, but you apparently knew about a boat this whole time. The helicopter takes off and Ray heads for the boat that apparently exists. But then, Robert transforms into a bug and chases after him. Ray kills him in one final battle, and then he's finally able to escape from Bug Island. What a beautiful ending to a very weird game. And honestly, I loved every second of it. Okay, well, maybe not every second. I do really hate bugs, so I did not enjoy having to deal with so many of them. But the goofy plot was so much fun to me. The one-dimensional characters, the bizarre choices they all made, the giant gorilla and lizard woman, the stupid couple from the notes, the cave that makes you travel through time. This game is so campy and fun. I genuinely love it. It's a shame it didn't sell well when it came out. And I mean, I get it. There's no way I would have played a bug game back then. But the story just scratches that cheesy old horror game itch. There's something so nostalgic about it to me, even though I never played it before. And now Escape from Bug Island will forever have a special place in my heart. Did you ever play this game, or were you also too scared of bugs to play it? Let me know in the comments below. Also let me know if there are other games you'd like me to make a video on. I do in fact take all of your suggestions into consideration. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!